She is with Sister Sisters who has been in the country for over, what now, 40 years? 40 years. It's going to be an interesting interview. Welcome to the show, Sisters.
Thank you very much, Siyabonga.
Yes, Sister Siyabonga, let's start with you. You've been in Eswatini for over 40 years. That's pretty much twice my age. I just want to hear from you how much you want to celebrate this milestone of 100 years, and what do you want to reflect on, really?
Thank you, sir. And I would like to say good morning to all the viewers at this time. It is a special day for us today. It is actually recording the very first day of arrival in 1922, on the 5th of December.
Wow.
What I want to celebrate together with my sisters who are present in Eswatini as well as throughout the world is a Thanksgiving Day. Because everything that you do, you will be able to reach the goal only if you link it to your spiritual life in contact with God.
Right.
Whatever has taken place throughout the 100 years, yes, it is the hard work, dedication, commitment, love for the church, love for the faith, love for the development of the people, but it has to be rooted in Christ. With the assistance and encouragement of Our Lady, who was a mother of Christ and mother to all. And there is where we are, and there is where we want to continue in the next 100 years to come.
Of course. Now, Sister Lindiwe, Sister Teresita is touching the religious aspect specifically right now, but I'm also aware ukuthi nisebenzele kakhulu endzabeni temfundo netindzaba ngasho ukuthi tetempilo healthcare. Ngiyafuna nje ukuthi ungihighlightele just the educational aspect kwanyalo ekutheni ndiqhinye kangakanani ukuthi kulo 100 years siyathi ukuthi you have mission schools angathi bangaki 9, 11, 10 some of the achievements that you have, especially in the education sector.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. It is true, in our congregation we are dealing with education and the healthcare. In our school is well known, and we have quite a number of graduates from our school, it's just that I don't remember all of them by name. The health sector now, we are well known. Our clinic is, or our health facilities are doing very well, and they are prestigious. Well, they have a good name, and we are very happy with our service to the people.
Perhaps Sister Siyabonga, 40 years in Eswatini. Let's reflect now. I also want you to reflect on the educational and healthcare aspect of the many strides that you have made in Eswatini.
Yes, thank you, sir. What Sister Lindiwe story said, it is true. Our charism is education and healthcare from the very beginning. Like when we started our congregation in 1861, Italy was a turbulent country. Yet, on the outskirts of the big city, people were not eating. The government was not consider these two aspects of the development of the country, health and education. So these two young ladies, really they were called and sent to an emarginate piece of land where nobody was taking care of them. And from there, many sisters have done so. The same is when we came, the very first 4 sisters came to Swaziland. The very first thing they did, the day after they arrived, one went out visiting the sick on horseback. The other one went to the classes. So from every place where we have been, St. Joseph, Santissima Annunziata in Belebeleni, Mater Dolorosa, St. Peregrine, St. Philip, St. Our Lady of Sorrows, Christ the King, Good Shepherd, and Regina Mundi, especially for the clinic. But in most places, education and healthcare were the both a very important aspect. To see that with education, the people were improving their social life. They were improving the life of the family. They were developing in order to become more and more self-supporting. Yes, everywhere we have very good result. People are somehow giving us courage to continue serving the nation in this aspect because we see the result. We see them, they are able to take up responsibility with a sense of dignity. To be aware that you have a responsibility towards your family, towards yourself, and towards the society. So that is important. The education that we try to impart, we try to be holistic. We try to cater for educational, spiritual aspect, as well as all the syllabus that will bring up the people to a future. I remember when I came 43 years ago, Our Lady of Sorrows, many of the young people were able to find job in the bank. Why? Because they were all learning typing very fast, over 60 words per minute. So they were able to get a word in the bank at that time because typewriting was in demand. As typewriting moved out in the year 2000, we already looked forward to have a computer because that was the future of the nation, in order to have a computer lab so that the children were able to find job out of school if they were not even able to go to tertiary education. So our education is trying to move with the sign of the time, able to read in advance what would be good for the nation.
That's a rich history. Now, some of the things that you're mentioning, I can just pick up the rich history that you have. I'm also aware that the daughters of former South African presidents, probably one of the most important people in the history of the world, former President Nelson Mandela, his daughters went to your school with them, both of them.
Same.
Yeah.
Yes, they were in the primary school with us.
Wow.
From 1967 to 1971, December. From there, they were transferred to Waterford.
That's very important. It's an
Yes.
important time in history. I want you to, Sister Lindiwe, to remind us for the benefit of the viewer ngoba nasibuka nje ukuthi nasithi history yakangwane. Saint Joseph's Manzini, I believe was the first mission in Eswatini, the first mission station really in Eswatini. Yeah, when was that?
That was 6 December 1922.
So basically tomorrow, International 100 years.
100 years successor, yes.
Yeah. Was there an event? What have you planned around this important day?
Okay, we did. We did meet as sisters. We consulted the bishop because we work hand in hand with the local church and the bishop. So with the sisters, we met beforehand last year, early in October, and we said, what are we going to do? It's not only a project of one single mind, it's all of us sisters present in the country. What we decided was to move every month according to their presence. The first day they went to that station to go and celebrate with the community, Christian community, as a thanksgiving for what the Lord has granted the sisters to do during that time. So we went as far as Bulanzeni, St. Peregrine, and that is very far, moving from Tuti, going up to St. Peregrine, Bulanzeni.
It's a long distance.
But we succeeded. We really made it successful. It was a successful journey. The people welcomed us very well, and was somehow to reinvigorate the spirit of the Servite sisters in their community. That is very important.
Yes, indeed.
What we have planned is that now, on this coming Saturday, we really have the concluding or the closing of the year celebration together with the local church. So we will have a big celebration at Our Lady of Sorrows, who is the main station of the Mantellate Sisters, with the presence of the bishop, the priest, the local people. Many of our ex-students are coming, as far as South Africa. Even the day before yesterday, Saturday, I got a call from New York one of the ex-students. Sister, I want to congratulate for all the work. I still remember. I still remember my matron, Sister Louisa. So the memory is still vivid in them. And that is why we are going to celebrate it. Celebration is the Eucharist. That is the highest prayer that we have within the Catholic Church. And it's going to be a Thanksgiving. The involvement is of many people because they all have to play their role in this celebration. Yes.
Yeah. You speak about religion, you speak about education, you speak about healthcare, things that connect the fibers of society together, that bind society together. Just looking at the community around Our Lady of Sorrows, alone, I want to believe Christian families, good Christian families, have been formed. Your sentiments around that
Yes. Kweliqiniso and sibabonile bakhula and labanye bayita nekutosipha. There are some people around who are cooperating with us ngomsebenzi wethu. Lokho into lesijabulisa kakhulu. Okay, umuntu akathandi bonke abantu njengemali yabona. Kepha ke empilweni kuhle kwakhona ukuthi uhle uthi uma uhamba uhle ukhahlele imali ukujwa kepha nje vele impilo ihamba kanjalo. Kepha generally bona ba grateful and nathi siyajabula.
I also want to hear from you, Ms. Kiabone. I think I've been lucky in the past. I've come to your school in the past as a journalist, and you have spoken passionately about how you've been able to create good Christian families through your school. I know some of the people that are alumni at your school. I just want to hear your sentiments on that as well, in creating good Christian families through the work that you do.
Our desire is that. Our aim is that. Because without a very good Christian family, the future is going to be very sharp. And if they are not founded on that, really we don't know what will happen in the future. So to form Christian family, you start from the school. You talk about it. Indirectly, you give them even what is the right regulation. What are you going to get married? How? Through civil law? Through law and custom? What are the pro and the con? And I told them. And we were debating. What do you think? Oh, I will talk to my parents. Fine. That is the link that you have. But think about it. Be prepared. Don't take steps without being prepared.
Of course.
Talk about it. Discuss when you found a girl, or if I talk to a boy or to a girl, discuss this point. Discuss the point of money. Discuss the point of friends. Discuss the point of your own further and future studies. Because those are arguments that if you don't discuss before you get married, you find yourself in trouble later on. And once they reach the point that they said, hey, I'm going to get married, my old formula is, I want to see your best half one day. And I'm going to tell the whole story.
Yeah.
But that is what we do. And they do respond. 100%, well, it is in the hands of the Lord.
Of course.
Because there are so many factors that do not really support good family life.
That's true.
We need to look into the society really to foster this commitment. Let us all cooperate. Let us all help Christian family. If you cannot do anything materially, pray about it. Because Christian family is the basic of tomorrow's society.
And I'm happy that even the leadership of this country takes that seriously. We have the national prayer every year where the king himself preaches the whole nation, and it just shows how much values are important coming from the Christian faith. I want us to talk about the next 100 years now, just in foresight. We have spoken in hindsight about the past 100 years. Some of the values that you may want to impart. Sisaqhubeka sibuka nje iminyaka letako noma singasasho ukuthi 100 years. Iminyaka letako lelandzelako engabe nidimisele, what are some of the things that you want to achieve? Sister Lindiwe, can you take this one? I want you to take this one. Sister Lindiwe, sisters.
All right, as says Shito, Sister Vesega Shito would say 100% is in the hands of God. Very 100% of everything is in the hands of God. So, Tina, ours, would say, sit too big. Neguthi siside la kusidingeka khona nje khona lapha ka health sector na ka education lokho ngiyona charism yethu vele nasebandleni lonke ngona umsebenzi wethu vele lo lesikwentako so sisikhathi siqhubeka sifisela nje lo msebenzi sokuqhubekisa kepha ke njoba vele lo msebenzi ufanele sokuqhubeka asikwati ukutendela thina sodwa sibhekile ukuthi siyethemba futhi siyathandaza ukuthi mhlambe nganye ilanga khona labanye abantu asijoyini ngoba na inkinga ngilokuthi le tandla tethu dincane disetiya ngebo sister abangeke bayakhathala njengoba nje la sikhuluma laba beqala abawu4 bafika bebachamuke eItaly nasister Teresa uchamuke eItaly yabona lokuthi sikhuluma nje ehluthini ngedwa waseSwatini eniyethe sila siseSwatini nabo sister base Kenya base Uganda yabona kodwa base Congo okusho ukuthi baseSwatini kahle kahle siwu2 lo kusoyo njalo sisethembe ukuthi mhlawumbe netemaswati tinhombe titawuthinzeka tisijoyini kuze ukuthi sitokwazi ukuqhubekisa lenkonzo nethi simbone lo noma thina singeke simbone lo next 100 years but lokuthi lo msebenzi utawuqhubeka ngoba wona uyadingeka i-education idingeka onke emalanga i-healthcare idingeka onke emalanga so these are the things lukholo ludingeka onke emalanga so these are all essential things services
yes indeed. I think you said it all. I don't know if there's anything you'd like to add on
yes,
to that?
I would like to add on the vocation aspect.
Okay.
And I would like here to encourage parents to be point of reference for their children, to talk to them, speak to them, spend time with them. Don't just provide anything that they want, but provide space for them that they can talk to you. Because it is true, the Lord is calling. I believe the Lord is calling many girls, but definitely we are not encouraging them. We rather have other desire, we have other dreams, but the dreams of the Lord is not our dream. Even I had a dream of getting married, having a beautiful house, many flowers around, and children. But the Lord had not this plan for me this way. He guided me a different way, and eventually even guided me to come to Swaziland. So the same is for the parents today. That is why I stress the point of family. Family has to be attentive to their children. Not just to say, you become a good doctor tomorrow, this is what I want. Maybe that is not his vocation or her vocation. We have to discover, we have to give time to the children to talk to us, talk to the parents. Don't just say, bring them into the world, and then, because the Lord is calling, and very few are giving an answer.
Thank you so much. Sister Lindiwe, now Sister Teresa, sibonga kakhulu sikhatseni namhla ekuseni. Well, there was Sister Teresa Schiavone with Sister Lindiwe Sithole labachamuka lapha ku-Mantellate Sisters Servants of Mary labasitshele kabanti-ke kulandzela ukuthi on this day 100 years ago bafika lapha even lakangwane, and then on the 6th of December the first mission station yabalapha kamanzini kuyi St. Joseph's khona babeka lendzaba letincoka kakhulu ekutheni tindzaba te-education, tindzaba temphilo, tindzaba nje temndeni ukuthi sibambane singumndeni sita bahlala etimakethe nasibuya etimakethe sita qhubeka nehlelo.